What is up? In this tutorial I'm going to go over the spry confirm. This is seen often in input forms whenever you are creating a password or you're creating an account where you have to put in your email. It's either seen on either email or password. I don't think I've seen it on very many other forms, but what this is when you have two different input boxes, you want to check one against the other. For instance, you type in your password and then you're asked to re-enter your password just to make sure that you have it correct. So in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do that using the spry validation confirm in Dreamweaver CS4. So let's get started. Click spry validation inside of your insert tab, and it's going to say the Dreamweaver did not detect an element to validate against. So what that means is that we do not have any fields that it can look at to check against. So first we have to create some text input boxes so we can match up the confirm with a text box. So what we're going to do is we're going to create two different text boxes, and we don't need to give it a name. We do need to give it an ID. So I'm going to say ID is confirm, and I'm going to copy that up here, and here I'm going to say ID is password. I'm going to change this type to password. There we go. I'm also going to add a break tag in there so we can break them up a little bit. There we go. Alright. There we go. We have two different text fields. And so now that we have our original text password field and our confirm password field, now we can go in and we can click on spry validation confirm, and I'm just going to give it an ID of confirm. I'm going to leave a label blank. Alright, I'm going to go up here, and it's still doing the same thing I was doing in the last tutorial. For some reason Dreamweaver does not like to show the properties as soon as I click inside of that span. So I'm going to click on page properties right here and say OK. And now we can see that we have a few options here. Of course we're going to leave the required checked because we want to check our passwords against each other. And you can see that we can either validate against the password or we can validate against the confirm. And what that's saying is, since we created an ID of confirm and an ID of password, it's going to check one or the other. And in this instance we would like to check against password because that is the first one. So let's check this out inside of the browser. Oops. There we go. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to get rid of this because we do not need this guy since it created it for us. We only needed to create one text field originally. So I'm going to run this again and talk you through exactly what's going on. So I'm going to type in a password in the first one, and then I'm going to type in the exact same thing in the second one. And as you can see, since I typed in the exact same thing, it validated it and it allowed it to be submitted. And so I'm going to do the same thing, except the next in the confirm box I'm going to type something that is not what I typed before. And you can see that it's telling us the values don't match. So just to recap, what we do here is we create an input box of type password, and then we click spry validation, and that's going to create another input box for us of type password, and it's going to give it a name of confirm and an ID of confirm too, since that's what we described inside of our box once we clicked on spry validation. And it created all of this for us, and basically all we had to do was just click on spry validation confirm, and it created all the logic for us to confirm that two password boxes or text boxes are the same thing. So in the next tutorial we're going to be going over the last spry validation, and that is the validation of radio groups. So make sure that you guys check that tutorial out, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next tutorial.